Yes, I'm here.
Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes.
Good morning.
Sorry,
Good morning.
Cole's still half asleep over there on the board.
I'm with you now. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Let's talk some soccer here. You're in the middle of a lot of football talk, so we wanted to take a little quick break and give the soccer fans a little taste of what's coming up. So tell us about the preseason and what you guys are hoping for. I know you guys are one of the top programs in South Jersey and one of those teams that everybody's always looking to knock off. What's that like being that kind of program that everybody says, hey, if we could beat St. Augustine, that's a good week?
It actually motivates us, I could tell you that. I mean, we're actually rich in seniors this year. I have 12 total, and they have a tall order to fulfill by way of what happened last year. And it always drives us because I know there's other teams around in the conference want to actually knock us down, and that would certainly make a big impact in their season as well.
Tell us about some of the guys you have returning and who we should be on the lookout for to make an impact this year for the Hermits.
I have an anchor of my defense. His name is DJ Briggs. Great kid, has some varsity experience. I have Chad Catalana, Spencer and Franco, Jared Corbett, Jake Fernandez. I have my keeper, Matt Heiss, who's being actually driven and pushed every day by an up-and-coming keeper named Nick Pilney. These guys are actually the core of my team this year. So, like I said, they have a lot on their shoulders. In losing last year in the South Jersey A finals, those guys just distinctively remember what it felt like. So they're continuing to push this year, in order to get back to where we were last year and hopefully further than that. Coach,
talk about Matt Heist real quick. Big, tall guy and guy who has some experience in net there, and that's got to be a nice luxury to have, especially at the high school level. You don't always have a keeper with some good experience and that kind of range. And how much has he come along since last year?
Well, he actually is coming back from a pretty serious injury during the off season, but the kid is actually driven to get back to where he was, former. And he works hard. He's just a true athlete, which certainly helps in the net. Mind you, with the skill set that a goalie needs. He actually brings a little bit extra. So he actually. I was going to say, defense certainly wins ball games at the high school level, and having a guy like that in net, certainly helps because he actually can make those saves sometimes that a typical keeper can't.
I guess you lost your boy Nico, right?
Yeah, Nico went on, and that's
going to be some tough offense to replace. He was a playmaker. You don't always see that on the high school level. A guy who can really change the game with one long ball or one ball through, and he was the kind of guy that could really pile up some goals in a hurry. So, how do you go about trying to replace that kind of offensive threat?
Yeah, Nico definitely found a way. However, there's some guys that are right behind him. We have a guy named Jake Fernandez who actually was able to find the back of the net a couple of times last year. And certainly, he's up for the challenge. And he's almost the same type of player, just very athletic, speed, strong. And, you give him a chance, and actually the kid will find a way. We have another kid named Tyler Booth who's an up-and-coming junior. Hockey player is his love. However, he's out here working hard for us also. And, and then Jake Ottinger and Jake Walters. I have a bunch of kids, and they're all scrappy. They're scrappy. They're athletic. They're fast. So, if they don't have the true skill to keep the ball at the feet, they're going to find a way. These kids are actually driven, and they have a big heart. And in order to be successful at that forward level, you just never know. You just have to never give up and keep, and stay on it. And they actually fit that role.
Talking with head coach Steve Rolando from St. Augustine Prep Soccer. Coach, what's the strength of this team? Are you guys going to be more of a set piece type of team, a kick and run, built from the back? What kind of talent does this team have?
I would say possession. I would say actually a culmination of all of that you just mentioned. Actually, is what I would say that is our team. They're able to knock it around. We're able to go forward. Defense is always the core. These guys look at me all the time when I said defense wins games, and I said, if we can actually hold and find and sneak a couple in the back of the net, good things are to come. So, I'm a defensive-minded guy. I think my defense is going to be solid this year, and certainly from there we'll build. And we have a lot of guys on the field that can keep the ball at the feet and are creative, and and I guess in building off what we just said about some of these forwards with that are they run, they're out there at a high work rate, running all over the field. We're hoping good things are to come as a result.
Yeah, but Coach, defense isn't fun to play. It's not flashy. You don't get to run and slide on your knees when you kick a ball out of bounds on a ball through. I mean, come on.
Definitely not. I was just gonna. Yeah, if you would poll a lot of coaches that have been around the game for a long time in South Jersey at the high school level, they would all tell you the same thing. But no, there's no glory and not a lot of flash along with the defensive position. But that's certainly where we like to build. I'm going to have my better players back in that area there. I mean, you got to keep the ball out of the net. We're talking about high school kids. I mean, and as emotional as they get, you start going down a couple different goals, and that changes the dynamic of the game, where these kids actually then remove themselves for our game plan and then just try too hard. So yeah, we're going to actually have we're defense first, and we'll see what happens from there.
Coach, what do you think about the Cape Atlantic League? It's really become a very good soccer league the last couple of years. Teams like Ocean City, Egg Harbor Township, even Pleasantville playing some real nice soccer the last couple of years. How do you attack this league, and who do you think is going to be a big challenge for you this year?
Yeah, well, we're excited to be in this new American this with these guys, with the Vineland, the EHTs, the Atlantic Cities, the Millvilles. All of them are class organizations. I don't know so much about ACIT, but I can speak of Egg Harbor Township and specifically Millville. They gave us a true run for our money last year. Very competitive, very well coached, and they're going to be tough to beat. Our team actually hasn't looked past any of those teams. I can assure you of that. And they're just going to be tough games. Actually, we dropped a game to EHT last year, and Millville. We played them away last year, and I have no idea how we won that game over 20-some years with the program. I think we won it actually in the last couple seconds of the game. It was a true thrill for me.
Coach, we're up against the break here, but I want to thank you for taking a few minutes. I'm definitely excited about the soccer season. I've become quite a soccer fan over the last 5 or 6 years, just watching all these World Cups and Euro 2016, and definitely exciting sport. I never really was into it that much, but I'm all in these days.
That's great. That's great to hear. Yeah, I was going to say you're in good company.
Good stuff, Coach. Man, have a good weekend, and good luck this season. We'll be catching up with you soon.
All right, I appreciate the call. Thank you much.
You got it. That was Coach Steve Rolando from St. Augustine Prep.